Love is in the air as we near summer 2022. Love is also on Netflix. We've rounded up the best romantic feature films you can watch right now on the streaming service. A selection of romantic comedies, dramas and dramedies from around the world. This is your guide to the most swoon-worthy movies to watch at home. Here are the 18 best romantic movies you can watch right now on Netflix. 1. The Blue Lagoon, 1980. Christopher Atkins and Brooke Shields star in a successful, critically maligned romance about shipwrecked innocents discovering their bodies. Followed by a slighter sequel starring Milla Jovovich. 2 to 4. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, 2018, plus To All the Boys. P.S. I Still Love You, 2020. Plus. To All the Boys. Always and Forever, 2021. Based on Jenny Han's 2014 novel of the same name, Susan Johnson's teen romance, a Netflix original, captivated home audiences and critics alike. To All the Boys I've Loved Before boasts a 94% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Lana Condor, Noah Centineo and John Corbett star. Follow-up To All the Boys. P.S. I Still Love You hit Netflix February 2020? And Part 3 hit the following year. 5. 365 Days, 2020. In this massive hit for the streaming service, a smokin' hot babe with an air of innocence about her is kidnapped by a mafioso who happens to be a 10-tenths chiseled stud. The crime boss gives the young lady 1 year to fall in love with him. Sexy antics ensue. 365 Days is essentially 50 Shades of Grey with Italian flavor. The storytelling is as clunky 50 Shades, and the story has been equally chided for its misogynistic undertones. None of that prevented the skin flick from becoming one of Netflix's biggest successes of the year. The envelope-pushing nudity and sexual content helped it become the domain's most watched movie earlier this summer. 6. Casino Royale, 2006. Casino Royale was the first Bond film written after 9/11, and audiences needed the Bond movies to evolve considerably. Casino Royale rose to the occasion, hitting it out of the park farther than anyone could have anticipated. This is a stunning action picture with the weight of romantic tragedy. How often does that happen? 7. Just Like Heaven, 2005. By 2005, post-Legally Blonde and Sweet Home Alabama, Reese Witherspoon had established herself as reigning queen of the rom-com. Based on the novel If Only It Were True by Mark Levy, Just Like Heaven is a fantasy rom-com that delves into the spirit realm. Despite a glossy approach to some heavy issues, the picture succeeds thanks to the chemistry of Witherspoon and pre-Hulk Mark Ruffalo. 8. Silver Linings Playbook, 2012. David O. Russell's Philly-set masterpiece, about two hot messes who fall for each other as they heal from significant trauma, is an astounding blend of huge laughs, painful authenticity and a moving love story. Silver Linings Playbook walks a risky tightrope thematically and never sets a foot wrong, much to the delight and pleasure of anyone who watches it. This was the first movie since Warren Beatty's Reds 31 years earlier to be nominated for Oscars in all 4 acting categories, for stars Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro and Jackie Weaver. Lawrence won Best Actress of course, and the rest is history. Family is a funny thing. We love them, and sometimes they drive us nuts. Few pictures in memory have better captured the devastating heartbreak and occasional hilarity that happens when loved ones throw down quite like Silver Linings Playbook. There's a stunningly effective message here, about grace, living amends, and the healing powers of selfless love. In addition to being the most powerful screen romance we've seen in the 21st century, Silver Linings Playbook is a profoundly American movie. Has any other film dissected our love of football with as much insight as this one? 9. Good Luck Chuck, 2007. Dane Cook and Jessica Alba star R-rated slapstick gross-out rom-com about a guy who's cursed in love until meeting the woman of his dreams. An inspired premise and charming leads are at odds with an uneven execution. 10. Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992. Gary Oldman, Anthony Hopkins, Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves star in Francis Ford Coppola's sumptuous take on Bram Stoker's novel, with way more sex and gore than previous Hollywood studio versions. Bram Stoker's Dracula was a substantial success, grossing $215 million worldwide and winning 3 Oscars in technical categories. It's a fully transporting, often rapturous celebration of cinema, and a damn entertaining horror movie in its own right. 11. Alex Strangelove, 2018. All at once joyous, raunchy and disarmingly poignant, this Netflix original movie stars Daniel Dahaney as Alex Truelove, a deeply closeted high school senior who loves his girlfriend Claire, Madeline Weinstein, but is overwhelmed with confusion when he falls for a handsome, comfortably out boy named Elliot, Antonio Marziale. 12. Always Be My Maybe, 2019. Co-writers Ali Wong and Randall Park star in this charming rom-com about childhood friends reunited years after a disastrous fling. A loose and nimble Keanu Reeves, playing himself, can't help but steal every scene he's in. 13. My Fair Lady, 1964. We've grown accustomed to George Cukor's classic adaptation of the stage musical, starring Audrey Hepburn as a poor Cockney flower girl who becomes the project of an arrogant phonetics professor, played by Rex Harrison. Preserved with multiple high-profile restorations over the decades, My Fair Lady holds up most of all thanks to iconic turns from its leads. 14. Something's Gotta Give, 2003. Diane Keaton received an Oscar nomination, and she won a Golden Globe, for her soulful, hilarious and romantic turn in Nancy Meyers' rom-com about an esteemed playwright who falls for a music mogul going through a spiritual tune-up. Keanu Reeves is perfectly cast as Keaton's sensitive younger love interest, competing for her affections opposite Jack Nicholson. So, did she make the right choice in the end? 15 to 17. The Kissing Booth Trilogy, 2018 to 2021. Joey King, star in the hit Netflix original teen rom-com centered on a high school girl juggling a blooming romance with a bad boy and her friendship with her younger brother. The Kissing Booth 3 premiered 2021. 18. Single. All the Way, 2021. Michael Urie, Philemon Chambers, Hocus Pocus Kathy Najimy and LGBTQ icon Jennifer Coolidge, fresh off her best performance ever, in The White Lotus, star in Netflix's exclusive high-profile rom-com about gay best friends who discover feelings over the holiday season, as one poses as the other's boyfriend. It's hardly a familiar plot. There's some common ground with last year's runaway streaming hit Happiest Season, but with a cast this great, expectations for a fun and funny heartwarmer are high. This is Netflix's first ever queer rom-com.